Hello all, welcome to Read to Share. Today's story is from Pokemon Master Journeys. It's called To Train or Not to Train. At the Eevee Evolution Laboratory in Vermilion City, an Eevee is having trouble evolving. It tries copying various different Eevee evolutions at the lab to figure out why, but when it attempts to walk like Sylveon, it trips over. Next it jumps into the river to try and swim like Vaporeon, but it keeps sinking. Eevee is really struggling to understand why it can't evolve. The boss of the laboratory, Pinery, is confused. Why won't you evolve? Perplexing, she says. Even evolution stones aren't working. Outside, Eevee notices Chloe's Yamper walking by. Yamper looks so happy and confident, which is exactly how Eevee wants to feel. It rushes out to try and learn from Yamper. Eevee immediately begins copying everything Yamper does, from walking to growling. It even tries to sneeze in the same way. The two Pokemon quickly become friends. Suddenly the Pokemon are interrupted by an angry scientist and her assistant. "Come back here," the assistant shouts. Yamper senses danger and urges Eevee to run away from them. Yamper remembers Chloe's school is nearby. It leads Eevee to the school, knowing that she'll be able to help. At the school, Chloe hears Yamper yapping outside the window and panics. "Is something wrong?" the teacher asks. Chloe struggles to come up with an excuse. "Dear, go down and do what you need to do," says the teacher. Chloe rushes straight to Yamper. "What's wrong with you?" she asks. Yamper leads her to Eevee. Chloe is shocked because she can already sense that this Pokemon is special. Chloe spots the lab workers looking for Eevee and realizes it's trying to hide. "When we catch you this time, you'll never escape again," the scientist shouts. Chloe calls Go for help. "What's the deal, Chloe?" Go asks. When she explains, Go immediately makes a plan. "Don't worry, I'll take care of this somehow. Take Yamper and Eevee and make a break for it," he says. Go approaches the lab workers. "Why don't I call a teacher for you?" he asks. They know they're not allowed to be at the school and clearly worried. "No, don't do that," the scientist says. Chloe runs away, but the lab workers see and start chasing her. Go is determined to stop them from catching up to Chloe, so he jumps on them. Elsewhere, Team Rocket have disguised themselves as students so they can sneak into the school. They've brought a huge Snorlax net to capture students' Pokemon from the playground. Just when it seems they'll get away with it, Ash and Pikachu arrive. "I saw that. They don't want to go with you," Ash says. But as Ash and Pikachu prepare to battle Team Rocket, the floor collapses and they fall into a deep pit. "We were expecting company," Jessie says, "so we used our top trap," James explains. Chloe and Go stumble into Team Rocket. "Oh no," Go says. "Now they're trapped between Team Rocket and the angry lab workers." "Hand over Eevee at once," the assistant says. "Not to awful people like you two," Go says. The lab workers are confused. "We're Eevee Evolution Lab researchers. We've been working with Eevee," the scientist explains. "It looks like they're not villains after all." Ash calls to Chloe and Go, warning them to stop Team Rocket. "They were sucking Pokemon into that machine against their will," he says. James sends out Pelepi while Yamper steps forward to battle, crackling with angry electric energy. "Let's do it," Chloe says. "Yamper, give it all you've got," Go shouts. Yamper uses its spark attack, but Pelepi fights back with wing attack. It sends the puppy Pokemon flying. Eevee struggles out of Chloe's arms to help its injured friend. As Yamper charges up for its next attack, Eevee copies its stance and begins glowing with power. "Quick, Pelepi, use Hydro Pump," James shouts. Yamper and Eevee use Spark, Chloe calls. Yamper and Eevee's combined move crashes into Pelepi and knocks it out. Team Rocket tried to run away, but Pikachu and Ash scramble out of the hole. "Pikachu, use Iron Towel," Ash shouts. The attack breaks the net open, freeing all the students' Pokemon. Then Pikachu sends Team Rocket flying with a powerful Thunderbolt. Back at Cersei's lab, Pinery and her lab workers apologise. "We're very sorry for the trouble we caused," Pinery says. Go and Chloe apologise too for thinking the scientists were trying to kidnap Eevee. Pinery forgives them before turning to leave. As they say goodbye, Eevee and Chloe look at each other sadly. Pinery can see that they were a special team. "I can tell you want to stay with Chloe, don't you, Eevee?" she says. Eevee is super excited. "If it's all right with you, would you mind looking after Eevee?" Piney asks Chloe. Chloe can't believe it. "Eevee, I really want to be your partner too," she says. She takes out a Pokeball and catches it. Now that Chloe has a new partner in Eevee, her adventures as a Pokemon trainer has just begun. Will Eevee ever find a way to evolve? Find out next time when the journey continues. Thanks for listening. Please give a thumbs up and subscribe.